$200 to $275.
Our initial startup cost was about $12,000.
I believe is 1,500 hours now.
And we enjoy the relationships that we build with our clients along the way.
I'm Kristen.
I'm Michelle.
I'm Alicia.
And we're Aura Lash and Beauty.
We all own it together as the three of us. We opened about 3 years ago, and it's been an awesome journey.
We do lashes, hair, and Alicia also does body waxing as well.
So we reached the top of our ladder at our previous employer and decided it was best for the three of us to start this journey together.
Can you tell us how you got started in the beauty industry?
So I originally actually went to school to be a graphic designer and got my associates, but figured I would still have to go longer to get my bachelor's to get more knowledge. But I started working at a salon in the meantime as a receptionist, and that is when I really actually fell in love with the industry and all the services, and so that's when I decided to go to cosmetology school.
What are some of the services that you provide?
So I provide all hair services. So I do women's cut, color, men's cuts, and then we also do eyelash extensions, lash lift and tints, and brow lamination and tints, and also facial waxing.
Do you do extensions?
I do not. Nope. The other two girls do extensions, but I do not.
What service are you doing more of?
Probably about 70% of my books are lash extensions. Those clients, they come back every 2 to 3 weeks versus hair clients that come back every 4 to 12 plus weeks. They're a lot more consistent.
How long does a typical hair client take?
So a haircut, takes about 45 minutes to an hour, but a color can take anywhere from 2 to 3 hours for the most part.
And what are the price ranges for that?
Haircuts are $45 for women's, and then color, it just totally depends what you do and how much color we use and how much time we take, but typically it starts at like 95 plus and goes up to like $250 range. So the brow waxing is just $15, and then the brow lamination, which includes the tint and a wax, that's $75, and then same with the lash lift and tint is $75. And then we have the lash extensions, which the first appointment is always the more expensive, and that is anywhere from $2 to $285, and then your maintenance appointments, which are every 2 to 3 weeks, are anywhere from $55 to $75.
Can you tell us about how you got started?
Yeah, so I got started in the beauty industry in 2009. I went to cosmetology school here in Portage at Empire, and then I worked at a smaller salon for about 1.5 years, and then I moved over to a bigger salon that gave me a little bit more opportunity, and I was there for about 9 years before we decided to do our own thing, open up the business, and it's been wonderful. I've been doing lash extensions for about 10 years now, I'd say. And I do hair as well. I'd say I do about 50% hair, 50% lashes. And I enjoy it because it keeps my day busy.
Do you have to go to school?
So in Michigan, it is required to go to cosmetology school in order to do lashes, or you can also be an esthetician. To do hair as well, you have to have a cosmetology license, which I believe is 1,500 hours now. Back when we went, I believe it was 1,600 hours you have to complete. Or I do believe there is an option to become an apprentice under somebody who has their license. I'm not sure exactly the full details on that, but I would recommend cosmetology school because there's a lot more levels to, I'm sure, what you would learn.
And then what is your favorite thing to do?
I like doing both lashes and hair because it can be such a dramatic difference in such a short period of time. I love when somebody looks in the mirror post-service, and they just feel so good about themselves and they love what they see. It brings warmth to my heart and makes me really happy and makes all of the hours and sacrifice I've put into this career all worth it.
And then do people usually come in and do one thing, or do you have clients that do multiple things?
I do have many clients who have either started as hair clients, become lash clients, continue to do both. I do have lash clients who have turned into hair clients. I have just individual hair clients and just regular lash clients. So I enjoy all aspects of it. It's cool when one of my clients turns into the other side, and like say a lash client becomes a hair client. I get to spend more time with them and learn more about them.
So I started in 2013. I do body waxing, lashes, and hair. 3 years ago, I decided to open a salon with two of my favorites to pursue further on my career.
Is lashes your main focus here, or?
I do everything I can do. Anything that I have the opportunity to do. So waxing, hair, and lashes. So right now I have her lower lashes taped down so we don't risk getting any lashes on her bottom lashes. And I'm gonna comb and just get them nice and cleaned up before I would remove any that need to come off. And then we will prime. So now I'll go through and remove any that need to come off.
And then how long does this process usually take?
A fill typically takes, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. A full set is about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on the person's lashes and what they want.
And then how much does that usually cost?
A full set ranges from $200 to $275. Again, depending on the style of lashes. And a fill is anywhere from $55 to $75.
How often do you have to get them redone, or how does that work?
About every 2 to 3 weeks. Typically, try to stay on the shorter end. The longer you go, the more damage you could create just with the heaviness from the lashes. You gotta keep it separated for just a few minutes so it doesn't adhere to any of the other lashes. We don't want sticking. So we have a classic set, which is all individuals. We have a hybrid set, which is a mix of fans and classic lashes. And then we offer a volume set, which is all of our fan lashes.
And those are all different prices, I assume?
Yes, that is where our prices increase, where the classics would be that lower end of the scale and the volumes would be the higher end.
What do people usually get? What kind?
I mean, honestly, I feel like more people are going towards that hybrid or volume. Nobody wants that natural lash anymore. Everybody wants drastic.
And are people doing this for just daily basis, or do a lot of people get it for events as
Both.
well?
I think it eliminates how much time you need to get ready. You wake up and you feel really great about the way you look, because I feel like when your eyes are done, you feel ready, done for the day. And so when you have lashes, they just, make
Makes
it
you feel more put together when you wake up.
Yes, immediately, right off the bat. And then for an event, it obviously just changes your look significantly.
Did you have to go to school for this? Something you learned on your own?
Yeah, so I went to Empire Beauty School in Portage, and it was a year-long, full-time, 9 to 5 schooling. It was so worth it. And then I immediately started doing hair right out of school at a nice salon, and that salon closed. And then I moved to First Impressions, where I met Kristen and Michelle. And I worked there for, 5 years. And then reached the top of my ladder there. And we decided that this was our next step.
What's like one of the biggest struggles with owning a salon business?
I don't know. I feel like it's not typical because we all kind of do our own thing.
Just balancing it all, because it adds a whole nother element to owning your own business. When we were at our last salon, we were considered booth rent, which is the top tier of what you can do at somebody else's salon. But then when we decided to take on the challenge of opening our own business, everything under that umbrella that we had, we still have to take care of on top of owning the business. So taxes and supplies and cleaning, and I would say just balancing all of it together.
What's some of the best things about it?
I mean, I think we have a really special friendship. We all get along really well, and I think that helps tremendously.
Yeah, we all respect each other and respect our own individual businesses within this roof. It's cool being able to come to work and work with your best friends.
Yeah.
And have it be small and quaint and under our control all the time.
It's like giving people a luxury service and an at-home environment.
It's a lot more quaint than where we came from.
I think our guests enjoy
Yes.
that as well.
We came from a very large salon with, I think by the time we had left, there were close to 30 stylists. It's nice to just be the three of us.
What did it take to like transition from there to here?
Lots of planning. First, we wanted to see if it was even an option or if it was doable or financially if it was better to work out in this way. And once we started adding up numbers like rent and product costs and all of that, then we realized that this is actually a better spot for us to be financially and with clients being availability with having clients in here. So first we wanted to find a place, you know, that the rent did make sense. And so we found this place after looking at a couple, and we completely flipped it in here and made it our own. And once we reached our contract at our old salon, then we started telling clients, and really it was a really smooth transition, luckily.
How much would it cost to like start your own, or what did you have to invest?
So I think it obviously depends on the space, the amount of people you have, dividing everything up, but I want to say our initial startup cost was about $12,000 between the three of us, so it made a lot of sense to go that route.
Starting off, we started off with like a lot of secondhand things as well, just because we didn't want to take out a business loan, so we wanted to make it as cost efficient as possible. So we started off with a lot of secondhand items, and then we have been able to upgrade those along the way.
What were your day-to-day operations back then versus now?
Now we have a lot more responsibility as far as cleaning and obviously just keeping up with our everyday towels and deposits, all the things that go into what your normal employer would do. These are just new things that we've had to add on to our everyday tasks.
Yeah, I mean, so we still do all the same services that we did there, but yeah, kind of like Alicia was saying, we used to have a receptionist, and now we kind of take on the duties of a receptionist, so answering calls and emails and selling products and advertising and the behind the house stuff like cleaning and towels and all the fun stuff.
When you transitioned to here, did you lose clients? Did you have to find a new way to advertise to get more clients?
Thankfully, we were all very busy at our previous salon. We had all had very full books at that point, so we knew we were ready to take on more responsibility. And I would say the vast majority of each of our clientele followed us here. I'm sure we lost a few here and there just because location, proximity, things like that. But all in all, we had a very successful transition.
With COVID.
Yeah, with starting about a month before COVID shut us down. But yeah, we truly were so thankful for our amazing clients. We have really done it without everyone's support.
And then to get new clients, is that usually word of mouth, or are you guys doing any social media advertising, any traditional advertising?
Luckily, we all get great referrals, so we pretty much strive off of that. And then Facebook is really helpful as well because it's a lot of free advertising and marketing that we just can do ourselves, so we don't have to pay for any advertising or anything like that.
And you said that you had an employee before. Is there any employees coming in the future? What does that look like?
We don't think so.
Yeah, we like that it's the three of us. We split our responsibilities evenly between us. And thankfully we are a small enough company that we can handle doing the phones, taking messages, selling new products and things like that. And we don't really feel a need to bring anybody else in. We have such a good working dynamic between the three of us that we're pretty happy with where we're at.
Yeah.
Simple and
Yeah.
it's easy, and that's what we like about it the most, I think.
It sounds like there's no plans for expanding or growing.
Not with employees or anything. We daydream about having a little bit bigger of a space, but right now what we have works, and then if the opportunity presents itself to expand our space a little bit, then we might look into that, but no employees or anything like that.
So you guys wouldn't want to be like where you were before, where you were owning a salon and people were paying for chairs?
No.
We left that lifestyle to just go into something a little bit more simple.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot of responsibility to take on, and when there's a lot of different personalities, things clash, and the three of us just work together so well. We're happy with what we
Yeah. I think for a lot of businesses, it's, you know, like you want to keep getting bigger and bigger, and that's great if that is your goal. But for us, we like it simple.
Individually, we have room for more growth, right? Like you could either add a different service and you're adding more money to that service, or there's working a little bit more, or just there's so much potential without having to bring people in to make that money somewhere else.
Yeah, like individual growth.
Yeah.
And, you know, different things that we could do to start like pushing products more and, you know, different things like that. So I think those are more of our goals first, expanding employee wise.
If you had to provide just one service, what would you pick?
Eyelash extensions.
I agree. Lash extensions.
I guess I would probably follow suit. I mean, I definitely promote the lash extensions.
It's just a very lucrative way to bring in clientele and have them continue to come back every 2 to 3 weeks. It's consistent income, and we enjoy the relationships that we build with our clients along the way. I have personally a client who I've been doing every 2 weeks since I started doing lash extensions 10 years ago. So
yeah,
building the relationships with those people, getting to see them often, it doesn't hurt that in a short period of time you make a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
So
It's
helpful.
more like reliable income too.
yes,
More predictable.
Yes.
Which is nice.
What makes you good at doing eyelashes? Why would someone come back?
It takes a lot of skill and a lot of patience to be able to provide the service well and not skimp on products, quality, things like that. And I think our personalities people enjoy as well.
I think that is a huge part of it. Who you get to talk to and the relationship that you make.
They always say like with your hairstylist, it's half the reason they come to you is because they like who you are as a person.
Yeah.
So it's a plus if you're good at what you do as well.
Yeah, I'd say about 2 years in, we, as Kristen mentioned earlier, we had started with a lot of secondhand things such as our stations and mirror setups. And we had done really well with selling products and making income that way for the business, that we decided we wanted to update our space, modernize it a little bit more, just bring in a little bit more of us.
Yeah.
So we were able to do that.
Make it more of an enjoyable place to be, a cozy feeling. Our clients like to see the upgrades as well, so that's fun.
What are some of the big expenses that come monthly with running a business?
Rent is definitely the number one because we lease our space. So that's the biggest expense. Utilities and products and supplies, maintenance.
Yeah.
Maintaining the space.
Maintaining the space, which can be stressful.
Or doesn't drain.
Right.
We have no water for things.
What does your landlord cover as far as like maintenance or things like that?
So we pay a fee for our rent, and then we have a separate charge rolled into our rent, which is considered the NNN, which I'm not sure what that stands for, but that covers snow removal,
Everything else.
trash, things like that, everything outside to keep the business usable and functional on the outside of the business. So we do pay that in addition to our rent.
Besides the services that you provide, is there any other revenue streams that you guys have coming in, like selling products or?
We do sell our products. So we carry Redken, Pureology, and Amika products. So we do sell those. So those are definitely kind of like a plus, like kind of like an extra income for us. So that's kind of nice.
We all individually run our own businesses with our clients. So if Kristen has somebody in her chair and brings that said person up, that money goes to Kristen. If I have somebody in my chair, that money goes to me. Same with Alicia. However, product sales, things of that nature go right back into the business.
Just
We keep track of our own
easier,
individual income for
Yeah.
services, and then
So we have the LLC through the business, and then we each are our own entity.
which we were at our previous salon, but now instead of being under an umbrella of somebody else's salon, we are the umbrella.
What does a typical salon take percentage-wise of what you do, or how does that work?
Just depends on the salon. I feel like it's very different. It could be 60-40 commission, or it could be 50-50. I think it really just depends on who you work for.
There's a couple different ways that salon owners typically go about it. You can be a commission basis, which means, like Alicia was saying, the salon takes 50% of your ticket and you take home 50% of your ticket, 60%, 40%, however that's set up. Or you could be under a booth rental agreement, which all of us were at our previous salon, where you pay your salon owner, who is technically your landlord, a specific amount per week to rent your space from them. That means you provide all of your own products, your supplies, things like that, but you are bringing home 100% of your revenue that way.
And then, do you have 3 tips of advice on starting, growing a business, anything for entrepreneurs?
I mean, I say go for it. Always follow
thing.
your dream.
Yeah, it's the best thing that we have done is
100%.
the blood, sweat, and tears putting into this place has paid off time and time and time again, and it's been so worth it.
It can be scary, but I would say, first come up with a budget and see if that is doable, and then make a plan of how you're going to execute, how you're going to bring your clients over and how you're going to pay your bills. And then also, I think third is just dividing up responsibility and just trying to stay on track with that and prioritizing, certain things over others.